Welcome back. You're watching the Weekly Review here on Sigma International. Now, if you take note of our recommendations regarding the cultural agenda every week, you'll know that there's a very active art scene here in Cyprus. Someone who's been representing Cyprus at international competitions and exhibitions for the last 25 years is painter Rhea Bailey, who was in Madrid recently to receive an international award.
Next year, Rhea Bailey will mark 30 years since graduating from the Liverpool College of Art with an honours degree in art and design, with a major retrospective exhibition here in Cyprus. In advance of that anniversary, however, she was honoured in Spain last month with the 1998 Gold Grand Prix Award for International Quality by the magazine Actualidad, and a number of her painted silks will remain on display in Madrid for the rest of the year. Since her first solo exhibition more than 25 years ago here in Nicosia, Rhea has had shows of her own in the UK, the United States and Greece, while representing Cyprus in Monaco, France, Bulgaria, Tunisia and elsewhere. Her work can be found in collections all over the world. Critics have referred to her visual alchemy, mystic symbolism and secret imagery, and she herself describes her art as an expression of the world beyond the senses, by symbols that can be perceived by sight. In recent years, her paintings have stood out not only for their mysterious images, but for a much more obvious reason. She took to painting circular canvases. This she explains by the fact that, as she puts it, the circle is the shape that can reflect best the flow of universal energy. Like many artists, and not only painters, she says that when creating, she's simply allowing this energy to pass through her without consciously deciding what to do. The change from the traditional framed canvas to circular paintings was a major new direction for Rhea Bailey, and one in which she persevered for many years with considerable success. Her latest work has moved from canvas to silk, to hangings and screens, on which she paints beautifully coloured abstract shapes and designs. Again, like many artists working in a variety of fields, Rhea cannot imagine not painting, and she would doubtless continue to devote herself to her art, whatever the public response. As it is, this latest addition to the numerous awards that she's won in almost 30 fruitful years is very satisfying. The critics have been saying for a long time that she's an original, and her recent trip to Madrid to receive her prize underlined the fact that recognition does come eventually to those who deserve it.
And we're delighted to welcome to the studio now artist Rhea Bailey. Rhea, thank you so much for coming in. I was going to ask you about your award first, but I've got to ask you about what you've got on, because it's absolutely beautiful. Is it yours? It looks like it's yours.
I painted it and I made it myself. So I am the art.
You're the art.
Yes.
Yes.
I move. Yeah.
Walking, talking art.
Yes.
Is this something new? John was saying there on his report that it's this is something new for you, painting on yes, material as opposed to canvas.
I've been doing it for the past 2 years. I started doing, things for the wall, things that hang, and finally I wore them.
You were talking about energy there, or John was saying that you talk about energy and how it flows through you and everything. Do you feel better when you're wearing
Yes, I feel more comfortable in my own clothes.
Okay. Yeah. Tell us now about the award. What is this award and how important is it to you?
To me, it was a surprise. Because although I've been working for many years and exhibiting and everything, I never imagined that they knew about me in Madrid, And I got this letter and they said they had chosen me.
Do you know why? What was it? What was it about?
Well, the criterion was people who've been working at one thing seriously for many years and they are successful at it. Quality, that's the word on the...
And how do you feel now? Having been recognised in a foreign country for quality. It's nice, isn't it?
It's nice, and it's like I've been guided. I'm being guided somewhere, I don't know where, but it's a message.
Okay.
Yes.
I know that you're planning a major exhibition for next year to sort of celebrate your, 30th anniversary, as we said on the report, since graduating. And I know that you've been looking at some of your old work recently. Some of the paintings that we showed in that report were old things. How do you sort of view the things that you did sort of 20 years ago? I mean, when you look at them now, what do they say to you? How do you feel about them?
I like them. I find them I find the colors brilliant, and I look at them objectively, and I like them, and they're part of the story. They were my training to come to this point. We're always training.
Yes, it's just that I do get the impression that with your paintings, perhaps more than almost anybody else's in Cyprus, that you're actually putting so much of yourself into them.
Yes.
Other painters give the impression that they decide to have an exhibition, they paint some things.
No, they were very personal
You do
paintings.
it very, yes.
They were triggered by personal experiences, and they had to be worked, to be purified, and put on canvas. By putting them on canvas, they purified them.
So it's very much a personal journey for you. You've said there it's a personal journey. How difficult is it to marry that with a professional career as an artist in Cyprus?
I don't consider myself professional in the sense that I make my money from art. I never depended on that, although I do sell my work. And I just do what I want to do.
What comes naturally?
Yes.
We mentioned that there is quite a thriving art scene here in Cyprus, especially for a small island. How do your fellow artists see you, and how do you see them? In other words, is there sort of a certain comradeship between the painters in Cyprus, or do you also see yourselves as rivals?
I couldn't talk in general, but I do feel strengthened when I meet with other artists, because they feel the same things, and we are part of a family.
So there is camaraderie?
Oh yes, I feel it. Okay. I feel strengthened, yes.
And where do you go from now? Do you know where your path is going to take you next?
It's a surprise.
Do you need to know?
I don't want to know.
You want to know? No. You want it to be a surprise. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much for coming, Rhea.
Yes,
congratulations again on your Spanish award, and we look forward to seeing more of your exhibitions.
See what happens next. Thank you.